views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of BronxNet or the program underwriters.
Hola everyone, welcome to Open, the one and only show bringing the best of the Bronx, New York, and the world straight to you. I'm Rhina Valentin, your host of Café con Leche every Friday. Here's what's coming up in today's show. Leading things off, we'll sit down with representatives from BAAD, the Bronx Academy of Arts, to discuss their dance program, AATT Academy, along with their upcoming Women's Festival. After that, we'll find out about Poe Park's Black History Month exhibition, honoring and celebrating some of African Americans' most finest and talented people. And then we'll take a look at fashion designer Adriana Alicea's fashion show at New York's Fashion Week, where I had the opportunity to witness the show firsthand. And later on in the show, Bobby C brings us up to date with the latest headlines in the world of sports. And next up, we got Mommas Hip Hop Kitchen is celebrating their 12th anniversary, and we'll find out about the inspiration behind this year's theme, Do What You Love and Love What You Do. And lastly, we'll get a special performance from DJ Likwuid as our Open Artist Spotlight as one of the featured artists from Volume 12 of Mommas Hip Hop Kitchen. So sit back y prepárate, all this and more is headed your way, because now we are officially open. Hello and welcome back to Open, everyone. I'm Rhina Valentin, your host of Café con Leche for the next hour. Always inviting you to get social with us. That's right. Tweet us on and follow us on Instagram at BronxNet TV and or like us on Facebook at Open BronxNet Television. And of course, don't forget while you're there, follow moi on Twitter, FB, Instagram, Insta Stories, LinkedIn, and Snapchat at Rhina Valentin. All right, so the Bronx Academy of Arts and Dance, also known as BAAD, has supported and created space for women, people of color, and the LGBTQ community through the arts. And the organization holds space for people to express themselves creatively and freely from the prejudices of society. And BAAD is filled with programs and upcoming events, including a women's festival I had the pleasure of participating in many moons ago. Well, here's a quick look at the AATT Academy.
Hello, my name is Arthur Aviles. I am the Artistic Director of the AATT Academy. Arthur Aviles Typical Theater. The AATT Academy is a community-based, accessible dance program for 6 to 9-year-olds. The Academy's diverse and professional faculty provides progressive, non-competitive, gender-neutral, quality instruction in movement-based techniques from traditional dance to athletics.
Hi, my name is Cynthia Paniagua, and I'm the Dance Education Coordinator for the AATT Academy. I'm super proud to be a part of this team, mainly because we're offering dance and high-quality dance education to our Bronx youth. We have bomba, Puerto Rican folklore. We have hip-hop. We have ballet and gymnastics and more. One of the things that I want to highlight is access and affordability. That's something that's not everywhere, especially in the boroughs. So the point is to reach out to the talented youth that we have here and that they have to offer us too, because it's been a surprise knowing how much talent we're surrounded by, but they didn't have the space to really explain that or express that.
So come on over to the Bronx Academy of Arts and Dance, home of the AATT Academy.
And joining us now to share more, we welcome BAAD Artistic Director Arthur Aviles and Deputy Director Joseph Hall. Hello, gentlemen. Welcome.
Hello. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
Wow, wow, wow. Arthur Aviles.
Yeah.
Arthur Aviles Typical Theater now has evolved into AATT Academy.
Yeah.
Please do share
Yeah.
the details behind this evolution.
Yeah, so as you heard, it was really a wonderful children's program for local 6 to 9-year-olds. They walk right around the block to our space at 2474 Westchester Avenue on Mondays and Wednesdays these days, and sometimes we do intensives where they have 5 classes a day. It could go from yoga to capoeira to salsa sometimes to my contemporary dance form called Swift Flow. We have incredible teachers like Quick Step from Full Circle,
Nice.
and also Jason Rodriguez, who is AKA Slim Ninja, who is an incredible Vogue teacher, and it's the first classes given to 6 to 9-year-olds in Vogue. So their parents and the students have a good time with that.
That's a lovely variety. Now, just share a little bit about this evolution, really, because I'm very curious, because I know you as Arthur Aviles Typical Theater, and now you're this academy that teaches, wow, all these different styles
Yeah.
of dance. Like, when did that happen?
Actually, it happened more than 10 years ago at PS 106 first. We did it in the public school system. Then we decided to bring it to our own space and have the children be at our space. So, and then now we're back into the school system, and we will be teaching there right now from now till June at PS 36. Which is near our area in Westchester Square area.
How is that for you, teaching such young individuals?
Well, I'm basically administering the program. I do a little bit of teaching sometimes, but there is this one system that I have called osmosis teaching, which is what I do is I do the practice in front of the kids, and what they do is they gravitate towards it, and if they want to do it, they are welcome to do it. If they want to gravitate away, they do. So it's a kind of ebb and flow of teaching that I do personally, but the program really has incredible professional teachers involved in it, almost like 10 teachers that are involved throughout the program, throughout the year. So we have something in the spring right now, so registration is still open, so if anybody wants to do that, please give us a call. We have scholarships available all the time, 13 girls and 13 boys. We make a concerted effort to make sure that boys and girls are included in the same program. And that's spring, and there's a lot in the summer.
Lovely. Wow, it's beautiful to see how much BAAD has grown. 20 years in the making, and now we
Yeah.
have this new deputy director. Joseph?
Yes.
Yes. So,
Joseph, here I am.
Hello, Joseph Hall, and welcome. I mean,
you.
you're new to me, but you've probably been with BAAD how long now?
3.5 years.
There you go.
Yeah,
And so
yeah.
here we are in the beginning of the new year. What does this year's lineup look like?
A lot. You know, it's our 20th anniversary. We turned 20 December 11th.
Yeah.
So we were founded in 1998.
Yeah.
So we're very happy about that. And of course, we still have, you know, the festivals that we've had for many years that are our staples. So coming up is Get Tough, Get Bad.
Yeah.
And on Saturday the 23rd, one of the highlights is a documentary by Felix Rodriguez, who is a Bronx-based filmmaker. One of the things that's special about it is that he features Hector Extravaganza, who sadly just passed in December,
Right.
but is an artist that had been featured at BAAD many times before.
Yeah.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
And so there's the Get Tough, Get Bad, then there's Badass Women, right?
That's right.
And then there's Blacktino.
That's right.
And
Black
I know-
T-Nex. Now it's called the Black T-Nex.
Black
Tino,
T-Nex.
Black Tina, Black T-Nex, Black T-Nat.
Yeah.
Performance series.
Everybody, it's inclusive. That's one of the
Right.
things I love about
Yeah.
BAAD.
Well, thank
It's
you.
all inclusive.
Well, thank you. Well, one thing that we're really proud of is the Badass Women Festival, and that was with us since the year 2001, and we have some great highlights that I think.
Yeah,
Joseph
Marga
is-
Gomez, who just came off from showing this particular show at the Public Theater called Latin Standards, inspired by her father, Willie Chevalier, who was like a really staple in the golden era in New York of Latin variety shows. So it's inspired by him and his own artistry, but also hers as his lesbian daughter from San Francisco who is, dealing with gentrification and other issues there. So she's coming back to New York where she grew up in Washington Heights to show this at BAAD in the Bronx, which she's very excited about.
And she's hilarious. She's
Absolutely
incredible.
hilarious.
This is March, what's the date
This is
for
March
that?
1 and 2.
March
Yeah.
1st and 2nd.
Yeah.
And of course, they can always go to BAAD.org to get
Definitely.
the entire calendar,
Yeah,
right? Because it's a whole month festival.
Whole month.
So is there anything special that's going to happen for your 20th anniversary?
So many different things. Basically what I'm doing is I'm trying to reach back into the archive of BAAD, being that BAAD is amazingly 20 years old now. Yeah, and
Congratulations,
thank you.
Arthur.
Yeah, well, I want to bring things back, like things that worked back then, see if they still speak today. But BAAD progresses and makes sure that it's developing. But we're really proud of its past.
And all of that, Arthur is really showing his work that he's created in the past. So in June, we're going to have a special performance of Arthur's past performances that he's reviving. We're also going to have a performance with Matcha, who I'm sure you know.
Yeah.
So she's creating
Yes, of course.
she's creating new work with Arthur, and that will be shown in June as well. And then our big celebration is happening in October, in the fall.
And as you know, Matcha is an incredible audience getter. She was born and raised in the Bronx. She's my cousin.
Yes.
And she's an incredible drag king. But she also wanted to make this show a personal one for her. And she wanted to speak to her audience personally. So we're going to be doing it from a different vantage point. So it's going to be interesting to see what we come up with.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You're getting the authentic aspect of Matcha.
Yeah.
That's
She's not going to do all the costumes that she usually does. She's really going to be in something very simple, and she wants to speak directly to her audience. So.
Oh, wow. This sounds so exciting.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. So this is what we have to look forward for the year 2019.
Yeah.
BAAD's birthday, 20 years in the making. Congratulations to you and to
Already.
Charles Rice-Gonzalez. And
Yeah, thank you.
nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
And
you
you
as well.
guys, if you're interested in learning more, once again, the AATT Academy starts February 18th until April 26th. And that's Mondays and Wednesdays from 2:30 to 5 p.m. And it will also include spring and winter breaks, Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 2 p.m. Registration is now open. And of course, for more information on BAAD and the AATT Academy, visit BAAD.org. Stay bad. All right. We got to take a quick break, but when we return, we'll find out about Poe Park's Visitor Center exhibition in honor of Black History Month. Don't go anywhere.
Leaving hot coals improperly extinguished can cause a wildfire.
Hey guys, it's Smokey!
It looks as if Smokey is going to use the drown, stir, drown and feel technique. After the first drown, a good start. Next, another drink. And finally, a close feel.
Is it cool? Okay. Yeah. Hey Smokey, catch! Oh, my bad, Smokey.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
And I can't change, even if I try, even if I wanted to. My love, my love, my love, she keeps me warm. 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 She keeps me warm.
We are neighbors and best friends.
I love my sister.
My heart doesn't see race.
Love is love.
Our family is no less than any other family.
Love is kind. Love is patient.
Hello, welcome back to Open, everyone. Black History Month is still in full effect, shining a spotlight on African Americans who have played a significant role in shaping our history, as well as our local history. Currently, there are 7 Bronx artists who have work on display as part of Poe Park Visitor Center's Black History Month exhibition, showcasing their interpretation of Black history from the perspective of accomplishments, pain, and/or horrors of Black experience, past to present. Joining us to tell us more about the exhibition, we welcome contributing artists Lovey Piñata and Ernesto Camacho. Hello and welcome.
How are you?
All right, so let's talk a little bit about this exhibition and how. We're going to open up with the fact that you're not African American and your art is being exhibited in an African American themed exhibition. So who would like to begin?
I will.
Okay.
My piece is titled Rustin Powell, and it's based on local historian Morgan Powell. He really introduced the Bronx to me and to so many people and the history of people of color, which he delved into all the time, and he loved trees and parks, and
right.
he
I
really
always considered him like an environmentalist.
Yes.
Historian and an environmentalist.
Yes,
because
absolutely.
he gave the history of the environment as well.
Yes.
And so we're going to get back to him a little bit, but I'm just curious to know how you guys respond to this call, right? Is it an open call that Lucia Ponte from the Poe Park Visitor Center puts out, and how does she make her selections? Is there a specific theme that's requested? Like, what are the criteria that need to be met?
Yeah, Lucy has shows throughout the year, and she usually has themes for each of these shows. And so this month was Black History Month, and she wanted to feature men, women, whoever, to be able to represent that gender.
In all disciplines of fine arts, or
Yes.
is it photography? I shouldn't just say fine arts, right? Because if it's photography, it's documentary as well.
it was open to video, painting, drawing. It was a pretty open call.
And so, Ernesto, you're no stranger to our set, right? You've been here, I think you're like visiting almost annually. And I'm like, well, Ernesto gets exhibited a lot at Poe Park Visitor Center. It's nice. It's nice to have your work on display like that. And I know that you tend to honor dancers, and specifically ballerinas or ballet dancers,
Right.
as you originating from the dance, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
As a ballet dancer,
Right.
Which is kind of like, rare.
Yeah, and that's the problem, is that if there were more people of color saturating the ballet studios and making it into the ballet world, we wouldn't have problems that exist here today.
I love that he references the people of color not being a male, right? Well, because you're drawing right now, you're drawing ballet dancers that are people of color, right? I mean, this particular one happens to be of women, but just yourself as a ballet dancer, what was that like for you?
Major prejudice throughout my life.
Interesting.
Yeah, there's all kinds of bias as a dancer. In fact, it's interesting. There was one census that said 9 out of 12% of young adolescents are bullied. But there's 85% of boy adolescents who are bullied just because they take dance, and I think that's a crime.
Wow. So that's pretty much a bold statement, and it's really courageous, right? To just kind of go with your passion, and you still pursue it in another art form, right? So how is that transitioning into becoming a visual artist?
Well, as a dancer, everything's about theater, lighting, acting, and that all translates right onto the canvas in one form or another. In fact, my paintings are very much light and dark.
They're light and dark. Okay, so now we're limited with the conversation based on the curation, but in speaking of your work, that's a contribution to this exhibition. Like, what do you see in the storytelling with your artwork in being included? Either one of you can answer. I'm just because I haven't visited the exhibition, and I know we have images of it. And so, based on what you're bringing to the table, I'm just curious to know what that story is that Lucy put together.
It looks beautiful because there's a lot of different techniques, and there's pieces on wood, there's pieces on canvas, there's framed. So it's got a nice flow because there's a lot to see and a lot of different styles of painting and drawing in one space.
Right, and so there's urban, there's past, there's present, there's also some horror. I mean, I'm being told that there's Horror?
There's an Eric Garner piece, so there are some more, deeper pieces.
Deeper pieces, and then of course there's the ballerina, right? So let's talk a little bit about that artwork.
Well, it's interesting. The beauty about the visitor center there at Poe Park is that it exposes children to things that maybe they have never seen. That's the beauty of that little gallery. And in this particular case, it exposes children to dance, because a different form of dance, which is ballet, it's so foreign to so many people, but when they see that, like, Misty was part of a show a couple of years ago, and one child began to dance after they saw the painting.
When you see part of a show, are you referring to a show at Poe Park Visitor Center?
Yes.
Really? She came and visited personally?
Yes.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
And so she obviously inspired the generation.
You're talking about Misty?
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about the child.
Oh, okay. Wait.
Yeah.
No, I'm like, what? Really? That's
I
like
wish
amazing.
she would come.
Well, we know you're a fan.
Absolutely. Yes. And so I think that's the biggest part about it. It's just educating children, seeing a different world that they're not used to, and opening their horizons, and hopefully they take those horizons.
Lovely. That's a lovely statement. Now, I understand that your subject was Morgan. Let's share a little bit with our viewers of the history of Morgan Powell and the impact he had here in the Bronx specifically.
He had a huge impact. He gave free walking tours. That's how I came about to meet him and to learn about him. And some of those walking tours had up to 100 people. So it was a free walking tour. There would be somebody singing. There would be... he would tell you about everything. He would tell you what kind of trees were in the park on the way. He would tell you about every organization and what their impact on the community was and how to get in touch with them. And at the end, you would get a syllabus with all the information so that you could follow up on your own.
I always considered him to be a historian and an environmentalist, and I know you work very closely with the parks departments, right?
Yes.
I know you do a lot of installations in parks, and so of course you would pick him to be your subject. Now, what was that like for you? Like, what kind of research did you do on him, aside from having walked his tours?
I did many tours with him, and right before his death in 2014, I had become friends with him, so I knew him more on a personal basis. But his website, Bronx River Sankofa, which is still active, it has his walking tours laid out with the syllabus that he would give at the end of the tour.
That's lovely. Now, it's a shame that his death was a mystery. Did it remain as such?
Yes. He was found in the river,
Yeah. Wow. It's lovely that you honor him.
Yes.
And that you keeping him alive.
Yes.
Through your art.
Yes.
That's quite lovely.
Thank you.
That's quite lovely. All right, so this exhibition is still on display for the entire month of February, right? And are there classes? Are you guys facilitating any classes? I know sometimes she has some like workshops and things of that nature. Yeah.
There's nothing related to the show.
Nothing related to the show, just
At
on
this
display. All right. Thank you both for being here with us, and thank you for
having
your
us.
contributions to our community, especially to the next generation. And you guys, once again, the Poe Park Visitor Center's Black History Month exhibition is currently on display until February 23rd at Poe Park Visitor Center, which is located at 2460 Grand Concourse in the Bronx. And for more information, you can visit nyc.govparks.org/events/Black History Month, excuse me. All right, we have to take a quick break, but we'll be back with some more Open to Go Anywhere.
Music is a bridge between the material and the spiritual. As a blind person, you have to be aware that nobody can tell you what you can or can't do. You really have to try things. My wife, who was also blind, was a good cook. When she died, that's when I started Meals on Wheels. My name is Harvey Lauer. America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
Behold, the angry giant. Behold the angry giant. Behold the angry giant. Behold the angry giant.
It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
Hey, welcome back to Open. New York Fashion Week is still in effect, and it's all about showcasing the new fashion trends for this season. And well, I had the opportunity to sit front row and center to witness designer Adrián Alicea's Fall/Winter Collection 2019. Let's take a look. Alicea's Nemesio 1907 Fall/Winter men's and women's collection is inspired by the extremely lavish and tailored styles of the early 1900s. Dedicated to his father, Nemesio Alicea, who was born in 1907.
This collection is dedicated to him. And since he was born in the turn of the century, 07, I took ideas from the beautiful cloaks, and he loved the color browns and grays. And I married it with the urban world, of course, and a little bit of the warrior touch, because my dad was a warrior. So I think that putting that together is what you're going to see tonight. It's a really beautiful collection.
One unique fact about Alicea's collection is he doesn't have a brick and mortar. The fashion designer solely makes sales through online, social media, and word of mouth. Alicea believes the change of economy is due to an online presence. We spoke to Noriel Rubini, former economist for the Clinton administration, about his thoughts regarding the climate of retail sales.
There are many changes. You know, the fashion industry has been challenged by the fact there has been a revolution with e-commerce. It's tough to be a young designer. Even established firms are now struggling because there is a lot of stuff happening online.
This fashion season would make the 17th presentation of his original collection. Despite not having a storefront, Alicea's vintage designs speak for themselves with an urban twist. Nemesio 1907 pays homage to the turn of the 19th century with styles incorporating bows and ruffles. And since this is Alicea's Fall/Winter collection, darker colors such as greens, grays, browns, and blacks dominated the floor. However, he threw in some pink, fuchsia, and red because, well, colors make him happy. He cleverly promotes his designs by dressing audience members such as CEO and founder of Rare Fashion magazine, Jadi Murphy, and myself.
This collection here was inspired by my mom. She loved pink and red a lot. And she was born 1928. And of course, I always love a bustle.
Although Alicea knows that having a retail boutique comes with the cost of overhead, his intentions are to attract investors to establish a stronger presence while reaching a broader audience. To see more of Alicea's collection or past collections, visit adrianalicea.biz. I'm Rhina Valentin, reporting for BronxNet. Mwah, magnifique, just beautiful. Alicea's designs are certainly a style I would wear. Oh, that's right, I did. All right, you guys, stay tuned. Bobby C's weekly sports roundup is coming up next.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made this vacation happen.
Double points with every purchase?
Cleverly merging promotions.
Love it.
Cross-referencing travel sites. And booking all your flights with those...
Vouchers. I got us bumped.
They were like, oh. But now they're like... Aloha. You aced this vacation. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
Your son wants to get a cat, but you're allergic. Do you A, prepare yourself, B, make the best of it,
C squared equals
25.
Good job!
or C, find a loophole? When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers, but that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Baseball is back. Spring training has been underway, but the Grapefruit Games actually begin tomorrow, Saturday, February 23rd, and that means the Bronx Bombers are ready to go. Can't think of a better opponent for the Pinstripers than their rival, the Boston Red Sox, to kick off the spring. First pitch is 1:05 p.m. in Fort Myers, Florida. With that said, here are my top 10 storylines for the Yankees in spring training. Coming in at number 10, the forgotten man, Jacoby Ellsbury. Ellsbury is a big question mark heading into spring after being on the disabled list for the entire 2018 season and undergoing August hip surgery. If he's healthy and looks decent in games, the Yankees will try to trade him, although to do so, they'll probably have to eat most of the $47 million that's still remaining on his contract. They'll also have to hope that Ellsbury will waive his no-trade clause for a chance to play elsewhere. Some rumors of late that Ellsbury could be shipped out to San Francisco for pitcher Johnny Cueto. I would do that move. Number 9, how about a contract extension for Dellin Betances? It will be interesting to hear from Betances if the Yankees tried to sign him to a contract extension in the offseason, if he's open to talks this spring, or if he's already decided to test the open market next season when he can file for free agency. If the Yanks tried and failed to lock up Betances, who is coming off his 3rd great season and 4 full seasons as a big leaguer, maybe that's why management can give closer money to 2 standout relievers who figure to be setup options for them over the next few seasons. Lefty Zach Britton, 3 years, $39 million, and righty Adam Ottavino, 3 years, $27 million. The Yankees would look smart getting Betances signed this spring because he's a big reason why their deep bullpen was so deep and figures to be one of the best in baseball again. He's a homegrown Yankee all-star from Brooklyn. Coming in at number 8 on my top 10 storylines to look out for during Yankee spring training is, what will the Yankees do with Aaron Hicks? Like Betances, Hicks can become a free agent after the 2019 season too, and he's become a very valuable asset over the last 2 seasons. The Yanks greatly value Hicks, who offers good power from both sides of the plate, tremendous plate discipline, good speed, great defense in center, and a strong throwing arm. The Yanks can end this possible drama this spring by locking up Hicks, but he could be a very pricey free agent because he's a better all-around center fielder than A.J. Pollock, who used free agency this offseason to get a 4-year, $55 million contract from the L.A. Dodgers. I expect this season to likely be the last for Hicks and Pinstripes. Maybe the Yanks will trade him after all. If they do, the number 7 reason on our list would be a big reason why. We'll find out in spring training if Clint Frazier plays his way into being a left field option at the start of the season, either as a starter or platooning with the aging Brett Gardner, who re-signed with the Yanks for 1 season after having a down 2018 campaign. First off, Frazier needs to prove that he's healthy after missing most of last season due to concussion issues that first started in a 2018 spring training game. Then he probably needs to have a great spring to avoid being optioned to AAA. Frazier probably has no shot of sticking with the Yanks if they go with 13 pitchers, but he could be the guy in 2020 if he plays his way into the mix in 2019, especially in center, where he could replace Aaron Hicks. Speaking of up-and-coming Bronx Bomber stars, how about Rookie of the Year runner-up, Miguel Andujar. Right now, he's the starting third baseman. We know he can hit, but the jury is still out on his defense. The Yanks keep saying Andujar improved a lot last season at third, and he'll continue to get better. I don't believe that they believe this. Andujar deserves all kinds of praise for what he did last season as a rookie. The Yanks weren't counting on him at the start of the season. Then he ended up hitting .291 with 24 homers and 71 RBI as their starter at third base. That all occurred after the Yanks traded for Brandon Drury during spring training because management was convinced that Andujar wasn't big league ready. Andujar's defense was very shaky at times, but he made up for it by being one of the most consistent hitters in one of baseball's best lineups. The best spots for Andujar appear to be left field or first base, so maybe he gets some time at one or both of those spots during spring training and or practice games, of course. The Yanks have nothing to lose giving Andujar some looks at both spots during the spring. Andujar comes in at number 6. The 5th spot goes to a guy that could challenge him for some playing time because this guy plays defense. I'm not convinced that the Yanks will pay DJ LeMahieu $24 million over the next 2 seasons to be a frequently used utility infielder who plays about half the time as a fill-in for 2 of last season's best rookies, second baseman Gleyber Torres and, of course, at third base, Miguel Andujar. The Yankees surely have something else in mind for LeMahieu, a former National League batting champ who is one of the best defensive second basemen in baseball. Sooner or later, LeMahieu probably will end up starting at second, with Torres shifting maybe to third. and Andujar moving from third to first or third to left or maybe even to another team. Number 4 on my top 10 Yankee storyline for the spring coming up is how about the new shortstop, the new interim shortstop while Didi Gregorius works his way back from Tommy John surgery. What can the Yanks get from Troy Tulowitzki? The Yanks are hopeful that Tulowitzki will prove in spring training that not only can he hold the fort down at shortstop until Didi returns, but can also be an impact player again. First off, Tulowitzki needs to stay healthy as he's returning after missing the entire 2018 season, rehabbing from surgeries that removed bone spurs from both of his feet. He impressed scouts in a showcase workout in December after he was released by the Toronto Blue Jays. But how he looks in spring training games will be much more telling for the Yankees. We won't find out this spring if Tulowitzki can be counted on for offensive production and steady defense for a few months, but it could reveal that he's definitely not the short-term solution that the Yankees might think he is. I think he'll be good. I love the move by the Bronx Bombers. Number 3, will Giancarlo Stanton change his stance again? Stanton stuck with his very pronounced closed batting stance last season, and it led to his splits being very different for the Yanks. He had great numbers against left-handed pitching. He hit .319, 13 homers, but a lot of struggles against righties, .249 average, even though he did hit 25 home runs. Spring training is a time to experiment, so maybe Stanton switches things up in an attempt to cut down on his strikeouts. He had a lot of them. I think he'll be better in pinstripes in year 2. Most big-name players often are. We're down to the final 2 spots, and how about competition for those 2? And it comes in the form of the first base position. Will Greg Bird be the prospect the Yanks thought he was going to be? Bird's future with the Yanks is totally unpredictable because he's an immensely talented lefty swinging slugger who's mostly been hurt or unproductive since his impressive first season as a rookie in 2015. Heading into spring training, Bird is second on the first base depth chart behind Luke Voit. But this could change before the Yanks break camp. It wouldn't be shocking if Bird opens the season as a starter or platooning with Voit, although that would mean that he has to stay healthy and produce this spring. Also, it's possible that Bird could begin the season in AAA if he has a terrible spring because he still can be optioned down at AAA. Jury is still out on Bird, but man, oh man, I do love that swing, and he's showing his showing, too, in the playoffs 2 years ago, aside from his running of the bases. He had me excited. And the top spot on my top 10 storylines for the Bronx Bombers this spring is Luke Voit. Is this guy for real? We probably won't find out until the regular season if Voit's nobody saw it coming. .333 average, 14 homers, and 33 RBI in 39 games with the Yanks late last season will lead to more big production, or if the 2018 trade deadline pickup from St. Louis will turn out to be a flash in the pan. He'll probably be the starter at first base going into the regular season unless he has an atrocious spring or gets hurt. So pumped to have baseball back. That's your sports. I'm Bobby C.
Patriotism. It inspires passionate debate. It's worn like a badge of honor with good reason, because it means love and devotion for one's country. But what really makes up this country of ours? It's the people. To love America is to love all Americans. This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, sexuality, disability, race, religion, and other labels. Because love has no labels.
Behold the angry giant. Behold the angry giant. Behold the angry giant. Behold the angry giant.
It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
And I can't change, even if I try, even if I wanted to. My love, she keeps me warm. 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 She keeps me warm.
We are neighbors and best friends.
I love my sister.
My heart doesn't see race. Love is love.
Our family is no less than any other family.
Hey, welcome back to Open, everyone. You know, always inviting you to get social with us. That's right. Tweet us at BronxNet TV, and while you're there, tweet me too at Rhina Valentin. So it is that time of the year again. Yes, Mama's Hip Hop Kitchen is right around the corner, and it's holding its 12th annual event celebrating hip hop and women of color. This annual event, taking place at the top of Women's History Month, is showcasing women artists while also serving as a community platform to educate girls on issues that impact our social climate. And this year's theme is Do What You Love, Love What You Do. And joining us to tell us more about what she loves is Mama's Hip Hop Kitchen co-founder Kathleen Adams. Hello.
Hi, good morning.
Tell me how you feel.
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling
good.
good.
Oh my gosh, I love these titles you ladies come up with every year.
I know, it's our 12th year, so every year it's a bit of a challenge in a good way, figuring out what our theme will be. And this year it's Do What You Love, Love What You Do.
Well, you know, it's such a simple statement, right? But
Yeah.
it says so much. And so I'm curious to know, in all the years we've had you here, you always come up with these fabulous themes. What plays a role in deciding the theme? Is it the actual curation of the performers, or is it the title that comes first and then you curate around the title? Is it the social climate as it stands right now at the top of 2019? I mean, last year we had the huge Me Too movement, and now it's more about being an individual acknowledgement versus it being geared specifically towards women.
Yeah,
Do what you love, love what you do.
Exactly, so you're completely correct. So last year's theme was Fresh, Fearless, and Woke. It was so powerful. Wakanda, like we felt like we were at the top of our game with that. And we wanted to keep the momentum going in terms of an upbeat vibe. And so, like, you really have to love yourself. And oftentimes when you love yourself, you love what you do. And so that's how we came up with Do What You Love what you do. It just felt catchy. It felt we needed to celebrate. Unfortunately, the political climate's not as positive and rosy as we'd like it to be. But we want people to now come to our event and, you know, feel like they're being motivated to do something great. So, yeah. And so that's how it kind of starts. All year we're thinking about it. Like honestly, this is the hardest.
As soon as the one closes, you're already thinking about the next
100%,
curation, right? And so one of the things that I love about Mama's Hip Hop Kitchen is that you have certain people who have been part of it from the very beginning.
Yes.
Which obviously signifies do what you love, love what you do.
100%. So like Nene Ali is one of those.
Right.
She's been with us since the beginning. I think she just turned 21 now. I forget, but anyway.
Wow.
She joined us when she was
21 now?
I think she just turned 21.
We had her here when she was 9 years old.
That's what I'm saying. I think I had her like.
Did you guys discover her from being here?
Exactly.
Oh my gosh.
So,
she's gonna be 21.
I believe she's turning 21. So it's cool to see her progress. Also that, you know, like she's from the Bronx. We're doing our event in the Bronx. Like she brings a big crowd. So it's really cool to see her develop and grow from, you know, being a 9-year-old spoken word poet MC to, you know, making her own music, producing music, to helping host our show this year. Actually, Nene Ali and Rockefeller will be co-hosting together.
Oh, nice.
So it'll be really nice.
It's nice because it also represents intergenerational.
100%.
Even though La Roca, you know, I'm sorry, my sister, you know, we be on that living in denial. But
Exactly. But
she's a profesora now.
Exactly. I think she's teaching at NYU or somewhere.
It's amazing. She teaches hip hop. She's a professor in hip hop.
I know, right? Like
who would have
Professor Rockefeller.
Professor Rockefeller.
So
How amazing is that?
So it's cool to have her. So she'll be co-hosting. La Bruja will be coming back with her daughter, Karina, as well. We have Kimberly Ming, who's coming in. She used to live in New York, moved to Colorado, and is flying back in town for our event. So that's really cool. We have DJ Likwuid, who's been with us for ages.
Who we're also going to get a little taste of her presentation later on in the show, so don't go anywhere.
Exactly, so that's great. We have African Mafia, which is like an African dance team. We have some middle school dancers as well with Harlem's Finest, Next Level Dancers, and Femme Fatale from New Settlement up in the Bronx. So it's really cool just to see everyone that we have. We have our amazing artwork from Two Fly. She did our graphics again this year.
I know,
so.
she does it every year. It's lovely how they dress up the fro mama there.
Exactly.
I mean, she just always looks fab in whatever theme that's accompanying her artwork.
I love how she really vibes with us. So like we always send her inspiration of like we're feeling this way or like we like this how this looks. Like how do you want to take it? And it's just cool to see what she sends back to us because we're really on the same wavelength. So it's nice and she's actually flying in from Ecuador.
Wow.
And we have
for
our
Momma's Hip Hop Kitchen.
Momma's Hip Hop Kitchen.
A lot
other
of people
events.
fly in from Momma's Hip Hop Kitchen.
My family's coming in from Cleveland, so Cleveland in the house.
And then, in case you're
In
not
Chicago.
familiar with Momma's Hip Hop Kitchen, they're coming in from Chicago.
Yeah.
No,
let's come in from Chicago.
Tere's coming from Chicago, and your parents are coming in from Cleveland.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people coming from different parts of the United States, and obviously you just mentioned Ecuador. And I just wanted to share with everyone that in case they're not familiar with Momma's Hip Hop Kitchen, I mean, this is a huge presentation that's done in the big theater, the main theater at Hostos, which seats like about 1,000 people.
Yeah.
And they fill it up.
It's so cool. So
and of course, it's free.
Yeah, so it's free. We're really excited. So 1,000 people will have a really great lineup as well as our vendors. So we ask people to come early. The show doors open at 2. Show starts at 2:30, but the atrium opens at 12 noon, and we have free confidential HIV testing provided by Harlem United. There'll be a mobile unit for that. Come early, get tested. Check out the vendors. We're all community vendors. Let's support the community. So it's great that we can have like this local vendor program, and I'm really excited. Like I can't believe year 12, and it just keeps getting better.
Neither can I. And when you and Latere put this together, right? And she now is she's located in Chicago, and she flies in every year for the event. Did you think that it would grow to be what it is today?
No, not at all. For example, we actually went like global with Momma's Hip Hop Kitchen. We went to Panama this past May and like expanded our offerings and whatnot. So like, did we think we were gonna be going to Panama? No, it happened. We did it. We were excited. We did some spoken word open mic nights at my restaurant Angel of Harlem. That was cool. We've really just grown a lot. So from an idea that we just had 1 year, 12 years ago, to seeing where it's at now, I'm very proud, and it's a community effort.
What kind of messaging are you sending out to Panama? Like, what are you bringing when you go to Panama? Like,
So-
what are they experiencing? They're experiencing Bronx hip hop. They're experiencing the social aspect of it.
A little bit of both. So we were actually working with a nutritional program there called Nutefe. And with this nutritional program, it was kind of like the same conditions as you see in the South Bronx with black and brown people who need to mobilize and come together. And for them, their issue was food insecurity. They didn't see enough artists in mainstream media that looked like them, being black and brown, and so they were inspired. They heard about Momma's Hip Hop Kitchen through a random connection that I made last year, and they were like, we want our community to be inspired by the type of work that you guys are doing in terms of edutainment, education, and entertainment. And so that's what we brought to Panama, and it was really cool to like do it. And
it's great. No, and I think it's wonderful for them to get the experience, to gain the experience up close and personal. And
Yeah.
I didn't want to bypass the fact that you mentioned Angel of Harlem, right? Because that's a big kudos to you, sister. You're a restaurant owner now as well.
4 years in July. It will be 4 years this coming July. So yeah, it's cool that I can combine my passion of hospitality with my philanthropic endeavors with Momma's Hip Hop Kitchen. And it's also like, people use my space at Angel as like a community space. So like, someone wants to do like Liquid DJs there sometimes, or like we'll do like a social justice party. Like we just do different things. So it's cool that I can like provide a space and be the vehicle for my friends who are now my family.
It's wonderful because they can continue to exercise and you provide that platform.
Yeah.
And so where is Angel of Harlem located?
2272 Frederick Douglass Boulevard. So it's 122nd in Frederick Douglass in Harlem. So right by the world famous Apollo Theater.
Nice,
Yeah,
nice
so-
location. Good for you.
Yeah,
Congrats.
so
All right, so I got to make sure everybody comes by and says, hello, Kathleen.
Exactly. We're open.
Momma's Hip Hop Kitchen.
Yes. Come support Momma's Hip Hop Kitchen, Angel of Harlem. Let's support it all. And just super excited to be here.
And let's keep lifting our sisters up.
Yeah.
Awesome. You guys, once again, Momma's Hip Hop Kitchen is taking place on
Saturday, March 2nd. At the Hostos Center for Arts and Culture, 450 Grand Concourse, the main theater. Doors open at 2. Come early. It's free. You got to be there.
All right, awesome,
Yes,
Kathleen.
thank you.
Kathleen Adams, everyone. Once again, Momma's Hip Hop Kitchen, March 2nd. Be there. We're going to take a quick break, but when we return, we're going to get a sneak peek performance from one of Momma's Hip Hop Kitchen's featured artists you don't want to miss.
can I help my daughter with her reading?
Searching for help with dachshund breeding.
No.
Let me try. Sarah's bright, but when she's reading, she has trouble sounding out words.
Playing world music.
What?
I give up.
Wait, I was trying to show you how Sarah feels every day. Frustrating, isn't it? Redirecting to understood.org.
Join parents and experts at understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues to help your child thrive.
Hey, welcome back to Open, everyone. It's now time for this week's Open Artist Spotlight. Our next guest is a powerhouse committed to use her music instrumentally to empower the portrayal of women in the entertainment industry. She's performed nationally and internationally for organizations such as Vaudeville, Summer Stage, Brooklyn Hip Hop Festival, the Apollo Theater, Superfine Art Fest, and that's just to name a few. And here now to perform Home, we welcome Likwuid!
Thank you so much. Shout out Rhina. Shout out everybody at BronxNet. Mommas Hip Hop Kitchen. March 2nd, come through. This single is from my next album, LMA Flossie. Shout out Zavin Embry. Shout out Willie Green. Resonator Arts. This is perfect right after Valentine's Day. There's nothing wrong with a little love in your life. I'm talking to you. You're home. Yeah. You're home to me, baby. You're my home. Jump in that way. Yeah. If love is the potion, I'm sipping, I'm swerving, we coasting. If love is the quotient, you can't divide or subtract my devotion. You stand for the fight? Then I don't really care who you lay with at night. But if the plumbing ain't working, how you laying the pipe? And if you stand tonight, then we laying tonight. Go on. Lean with it, rock with it. Old school, hit it through the wop with it. Bank here, bounce like it's Freaknik. Thunderclap for the cheap seats. Lord have mercy, put my thing down, flip it so you gotta work me. But don't jerk me. Better use it for you lose it so you know it's working. Runaway love, yeah, now you are home. Don't be afraid, jump in that way. Hey, your heartbeat is constantly, forever and always a part of me. How you made the darkness apart from me, I don't ever want you apart from me. You say I never write for you, maybe because there are no words in sight for you. I live or die for you, an eye for an eye, and I go blind for you. Love is blind, Mama say, mama sign, mama, what's your sign? I know that a good thing is hard to find. Show me yours, I show you mine. Woo! Money in the middle, it's too high, it's too low, so we gotta start a riddle. We at it till we at it on the roof. Beat it like a drum, go poof. Yeah, runaway love. Now you are home. Don't be afraid, jump in that wave. You love, sing it. You're home to me, baby. You're my home. Just jump in that. Be sure you check out Home. It's on Spotify, all that good stuff. Shout out The Orchard, Resonator Arts, Mommas Hip Hop Kitchen. See y'all March 2nd.
All right, I'm running away.
Don't run from love.
No, never. Thank you for blessing our stage, sister.
Thanks for having
Welcome back.
Yes, I'm excited
It's
to be
lovely
back.
to see your contributions to Mama's Hip Hop Kitchen every year.
It's family.
Yeah.
I love Mama's Hip Hop Kitchen.
And,
Kathleen and La are amazing.
Yeah,
for
and
keeping
you've been
this
traveling
going.
Extensively.
Been doing a little bit, trying to get out a little bit.
Yeah.
Come back a little bit.
Come back a little bit, travel a little bit.
Yeah.
What's your motivation? What motivates you?
Oh, that's a good question. A couple different things, like just spreading the message of love, young people, being able to empower women across the globe. Had a wonderful time at Dakutech in Kosovo. had a great time in Berlin, and it's always great coming back home. I work with Lower East Side Girls Club, Red Hook Initiative, Apollo Theater's educational program. So, I mean, it just feels good, like hanging out with young folks. And
So how
cool
you
things.
know, I'm taking it in, right? Because I just traveled with you just by what you express, and I
Yeah.
just wonder like what that contributes to your character and your way of being.
Well, I come from a tribe of very strong women, like a very matriarch family. So it feels like whenever I get to be in these spaces and be around all these positive women doing these positive things, like it makes you know that there's still positivity, there's still happiness in the world, like despite what we see on TV and Twitter and all that crap.
You know, all
like
that poison that they're spewing out there.
Yeah, it's not what we have as a people. Like what we have as a people in our communities is very different than what they try to impose on us. So it keeps me human.
Yeah,
and not going out of my mind. Like, so that's what I get out of it. I stay sane.
No, I love it. Thank you for sharing that. It's truly a blessing to live purposefully.
Yeah.
And to be aware of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and thank you for shedding your light
you.
on our community. Yes, you guys, once again, Likwuid. And from Mama's Hip Hop Kitchen, Volume 12, Do What You Love, Love What You Do, is taking place once again on Saturday, March 2nd from 2 to 5 p.m. at Visitor Center for the Arts and Culture, which is located at 450 Grand Concourse in the Bronx. And for more information, visit mhhk.org. That is our show today, mi gente. Thanks to all our guests for coming through and to you, our viewers, for tuning in. If you missed any part of the show, you can check out the recap cast tonight and 24 hours a day by visiting bronxnet.tv. I'm Rhina Valentin, and from all of us here at Open, may the universe provide paz, prosperity, y amor. Adios. Happy Black History Month.